think it might get triggered anyways. So yeah, she's a D.Va main, playing on Xbox, and also 8 years old. And she's fragging out. She's fragging out. Gonna head off. Have a nice day, Rebel. Okay, this is good. When going for the Reinhardt here, so let's see here. When he goes past you like this, this is what you want to do. And then if he holds shield, because you know, since he is alone, you can walk past his shield and then try to shoot him behind, because yeah, the shield is covering the health, and you can try to melee him, but there's no one that can help him, and you're full HP, which means that you can easily go and kill the Reinhardt. Nice kill. And since you just killed the tanks, so usually the tanks you wanna kill the tanks first, because they are the ones that protect the team. And because they are dead, now you can walk into point without having to worry about anyone. So yeah, this is fine. Just walk forward. This is the VOD is a bit sped up as well, just so you know, Brad. It's at 1.25. Totally good. Wanna finish off targets? No, never mind actually. I was gonna save try to save the boosters, but there was no one that was attacking you anyways. It's good. So after the 2 or 3 kills here, let's see here. Now, because there's 4 dead, and you just cap the point, what you can do, this is if you want to be more effective. You can walk up a bit, not too far, but walk up a bit, so that if you see any enemy that's alone, you can try and catch them. And if they die, then when the enemies that you just killed, they will respawn, and you will have 6v5. So because you have a 6v5, you will most likely win that fight, and then the payload can push forward. Basically here. And you don't have to do it, but it's really good to do it. So let's see here. Right now, you can use the glass or the window here to see if there's enemies on the other side. And you want to keep an eye out up here and to the right, because if there's like a Hanzo, Tracer, Genji, etc., McCree, you don't want to get caught off guard. But you still want to walk forward a bit, so you don't have to feel too afraid, since you can see everything in the glass window here, right? Nice kill. Now you're getting shot from the back. And let's see here. I'll just rewind to show. You're getting shot from the back, and it can be hard to see it at first, but what I usually do, I look for the red part here in the middle, and where the color is coming from. So if it's red at the bottom, it means it's somewhere in the back. If it's, let's say that sometimes it can be red up here. But if you don't see an enemy in front of you, it means they are above you. And this can also be that the enemy is above you, but behind you, far up. And that's most likely where they are. So right now you don't see anyone behind you, but the color was right behind you. So what you want to look for next is look up, because there's a window above you and there might be someone there. This is a really good bomb. That's a big bomb. And the part that I like about it, it's I'll show you right here. So because you aim the bomb at the wall, it means that it will slide a bit, and that's it's an advanced bomb, and it's really nice to see. So keep doing this. And you got shot from the back again. Let's see what happens. Nice kill on Ryan. But yeah, don't forget to look behind you, because there was someone behind you. And if you look here to the top right, there's no one in the kill feed except Reinhardt. So it means that someone is still behind us. And we want to look behind to see if it's Hanzo or someone else, and make sure that they don't kill our supports. Anyways, when the cart pushes up like this, the next spot you want to take is here. You want to stand on the corner. And the reason for that is because if there's an enemy around the corner, you can just easily fall back. Just like this. This is all you need to see. You can walk up a tiny bit more if you want to see what's on the other side here. But in general, you want to wait for the payload to push anyways. So make it like a line here, so that while the payload is still pushing, you don't push further than this, because you only want some information. Like this Hanzo, our Hanzo, he's a bit too far up because no one can protect him right now. This is good. Nice, try to kill Reinhardt. Nice kill on Lucio. It's alright to stand up here for a bit more. So what you want to do is use the what's it called? Since you can see your teammates through the wall, you can sort of see how they behave. Like if it looks like they are shooting at someone far away, it's most likely no enemies here. And then it means that you can take all of the attention and look to the right and just shoot down here, for example, see if you see an Ana or maybe Reinhardt, and try to build up your ult charge. In case you happen to fall off, try to be close to the corner as much as possible, or as quickly as possible. It's like it's much easier to avoid damage if you're close to the corner, because it just takes less time to avoid the enemy. But if you're standing out in the open, 1 second or 2 seconds of walking just across to safety, it's enough time for the enemies to take you out of mech. And mech, that's like the bodysuit you have. Yeah, it is, Minion. She's doing great. They are snowballing as they're just snowballing right now. Nice kill. And you see the Zarya back here. If we step a bit more to the left, Zarya can't see us because of the line of sight on payload. If we step to the right, she can't see us either, but we can still avoid some damage. Okay, this is fine. Okay, let's see. You do this without thinking about it, I think. So if you look here, this is a corner. This is like, I call it big and small corners, or soft corners, for example. So this is a big corner, the yellow. And here's another big one. And that's usually where the payloads turn. Now, small corners, for example, on the payload here, that's one. Then you have another one here, which is the back of the payload. And another one to the back. And what you did, which is really good, by the way, went from one of the payload corners to this corner. And you took the quickest route to safety and just do that. Now, when you turned, basically, what you can do here, well, first let's paint up the corners. Here's one, and here's another one. So you take the left side corner, but if you walk to the right side corner, you'll end up safe much quicker, and you can use your boosters here if you really want to be sure to escape. But if you stand in the open, it's very easy to get shot by Hanzo up here, for example. And that's why it's good to be close to the walls, because you can decide sort of how much they see of you. Since if you stand right here, the Hanzo can't see you because of the wall blocking his line of sight. So anyone in this, well, let's make it like this. If you're positioned here, anyone in this area can't see you because of the wall. So if an enemy wants to shoot at you, they need to be here. And this is, I understand if it's a bit confusing at first, but this is a great way to avoid damage because you're low on HP right now. So you have your bomb ready. I was about to say, that's a good bomb you can do. But keep in mind that when the bomb is traveling, you don't want to, how do you say it? You don't want to stand still, because in case an enemy is looking for you and trying to kill you, especially since you're low on HP, it doesn't matter, you know, if you look at the D.Va bomb, since it's still gonna explode wherever it's landing. You can't control it, but you want to be ready to be safe, you know, in case you can move with the small D.Va, or you can shoot at someone as well, in case you see someone you can shoot while the bomb is traveling, just so you don't end up waiting for the bomb. Nice. Nice, good kill. Was a bit hard to stay alive, but it's alright. Let's see here. Once the Hanzo leaves, you can turn back basically, because it's important for your teammates to have you with them. And if you turn around, it's a 6v5, but if you chase the Hanzo, it's a 5v5 behind you. I mean. Let's see here. if Reinhardt is holding the shield like he does here, don't be afraid of going to the right side, basically indoors here, and then shooting through the small door on the other side. Maybe you can find someone through the wall or behind the shield. And you want to be careful so you don't end up getting headshot or anything. Walking up like this it's a bit risky because enemies can come out on both sides. And as I mentioned, you're low on HP here. Is this on console? Yeah, it's on Xbox. For example, the Hanzo behind you could have killed you. Good job killing him though. So let's see. A good rule of thumb is that if you fall behind, or if you go down to 200 HP, right now you're 300 HP, but if you go down to 200, like now for example, now you're 100, usually 250 to 200, that's a good time to use boosters to escape. And you just go to the closest escape behind you or where the team is basically. So you use boosters, and I would fly high ground for example, because then my Mercy can heal me or my Brick can heal me. But if we stay here, the Zarya will just walk forward and try to kill us. And she's the counter to D.Va. I want to see a big bomb now. Oh, no, not big, but this is a perfect location for a bomb. Okay, so you just killed enemies. When you see the Zarya bubble like this, it means that, well, it means that she either wants to use it to gain energy and do more damage, but it can also mean that she probably is low on HP. However, when she uses it and walks forward, it's most likely for energy. And what you can do is, if you see the bubble run out or like disappear, just send out your D.Va bomb. You're about to get it. Yeah, you got it now. So if you send your D.Va bomb right now forward, that's a big bomb. And your teammates can push the cart then and cap the point. That's a good bomb as well. Now, Junkrat tire, sure. The D.Va bomb was still good. It's just unfortunate that Junkrat was there. Nice kill. Make sure that you stay safe on high ground until you get some heals from your teammates. Like you did it right now, it was good. Good. You seem to enjoy D.Va a lot. How was her dancing? 10 out of 10. Like, it was like, I don't know how to describe it. It was fun to see it because it was such a long time ago since I saw, you know, victory modes. It's refreshing. Like, I can see the fun like she has when playing. So in general, try to avoid standing in the open here. This is pretty dangerous basically, but if you stand a bit to the side here or on the opposite side, then you can always fall back. Shouldn't they wait after tire or use bomb as soon as they got it to use it next fight? No, I'm playing with the audio off, so I couldn't hear the tire, but the bomb was still effective. It was a good bomb, but unfortunately tire was there. So nice kills. I like the push. Just be careful so that there's no respawns when you're pushing up like that. It would be more effective, yeah, to save the bomb off the tire, of course. I don't think it's necessary to focus on the optimization right now, though. So let's see here. Keep in mind that your teammates are on the right side, but you're on the left side. And the only cover you have is this corner. So if you fall back, if you want to escape someone, or if the enemies are pushing in and you want to avoid them, then the quickest way back is gonna be just turning straight behind you and around the statue. Just so you keep it in mind. I like that. I like that. I didn't expect you to turn back up, because usually what players do, they full commit to the kill. And you did it exactly as you should have. Going like this. This is really good. Try to avoid, when you see the Zarya bubble, try to avoid shooting at it, because it gives her more damage. That's a good bomb. Well, they can hide from it, but it's still okay. Was like 3 kills is really good on D.Va when bombing. When the Orisa shield is dead, so let's see if I play back here a bit. Whenever you start to see cracks, like cracks in the shield like this, expect that the shield is about to die, and then you want to be ready with the defense matrix. Just for a second or two maybe. Now, you see what I mean with being in the open. There's no quick cover, and everyone is shooting at you. And the quickest way to cover now is left side. Or you can go right side, of course, and you can use matrix. But yeah, you wanna make sure that you try to avoid the damage as quickly as you can, basically. When you're alone, in the open. That was a bit dangerous. So let's see here. How many died? Reinhardt is dead. Hanzo is dead. Okay, it's alright, but just keep in mind the enemies on the other side that can hurt you. And be ready to take cover whenever the shield is about to die. And the quickest cover is now here. Like this. And this is exactly how I would play it, for example. Falling back like this, using these corners. So there's nothing you could have done versus that because of there's Graviton, there's Tire, and there's Moira Beam. And all of these abilities do damage through your matrix, and yeah. Once you're stuck in the grav, you can't do anything about it. By here you mean stick to wall? Let's see. How do you mean stick to wall in Zoom? Alright, so they cap point. So now once they have capped the point, you want to start thinking in where the fights are gonna happen, basically. First fight, it's gonna happen here most likely. So now we can prepare holding the window, trying to damage enemies in main, etc. And yeah, this is all fine. You want to focus Ryan. Good job. Doing it all fine. Like this is exactly what I would do as well. The Hanzo gets a ton of value as well because of his dragon. Now, once the enemies are dead, watch out so you don't push out too far, because if you die here, it's really bad for the next fight. And killing the Hanzo is... You gain less by killing the Hanzo compared to Hanzo killing you or someone else killing you. They win much more. I wouldn't even have thought about the bomb. I wouldn't have thought about that bomb. Getting that bomb, sure, it's in the spawn room, but you're gonna win a couple of seconds. It's gonna be... Let's see, it's gonna be around 20 seconds or so you're winning. So getting this kill, that's fine. Now you can kill this Reinhardt. If you keep getting kills now, that's big. Now you can chase. Before, when the enemies died all at once, it was bad to chase. Well, it wasn't bad. It was risky to chase because if everyone dies at the same time, they respawn at the same time. But now 3 people died, then Ryan dies, and they sort of come off after each other. And if you manage to get more and more, you know, killing them one by one, you're gonna end up wasting away 1 minute, 2 minutes, etc. Yeah, try to escape a bit earlier so you don't take too much damage. And if you get into safety and it looks like this again, right now you're alone in the front. But so yeah, if you stay here, it's gonna be very difficult to hold your ground. But if you back out and wait for them to come through, it's gonna be easier for you because it's like I'll show in a second here. Let me see here. We draw up the corners here. If the enemies come in, they need to fight in this very tight space. And it's very easy to hit many enemies at once. But if you push out here and you fight in the open here, it's very hard to hit a lot of enemies at once, but the enemies have a very easy time to hit many of your teammates at once. And a lot of enemies can just target you from different directions at once. So it's difficult to use Matrix efficiently. So try to get back into cover a bit earlier. Is it good to use bombs near spawn? It depends on the situation. Sometimes you want to save the bomb, but here, for example, it was a good bomb. Got some stagger kills and bought 1 minute. Almost 1 minute. It was like 40 seconds, and that's one fight. So yeah, now you just want to try to build up your mech. Yeah, watch out for the Reinhardt. Now try and kill him. Well, no, actually, don't try and kill him. I was thinking try and kill him, but then I saw everyone behind him. Okay, so let's see. When the Zarya is on the other side here, keep in mind that you can see enemies on the other side. And if you use boosters here, and you need to escape suddenly, your only choice to escape, well, your only way to escape is by walking back. So if you walk forward, instead of using the boosters, then you can use the boosters to escape, because it's very likely that you're gonna take a lot of damage here. Since there's Zarya, Mercy healing the Zarya, Ryan, and Zarya is very high energy as well. When she's high energy, it's dangerous to go for her. But so you have to like be extra focused. Well, bomb wasn't necessary here. You could save the bomb, because right now it's 40 seconds left. Let's use yellow. So 40 seconds left of the match, of the round I mean, and you save the bomb, because the enemies can't push in since they have lost Moira. They will, you can get kills in next fight, and then win the round basically, stronger. So now it's the enemy's last chance to win, and it's really important to not get overconfident and not going too far forward, risking to die, etc. Very important to stay alive here. It's good that you take, poke some and get ult charge, but it's when it's sometimes it's easy to get pinned like this, and can avoid this if you fall back a bit earlier, maybe like half a second earlier or 1 second earlier. Because Ryan died, it can be only Ryan dying, but right now it looks like you guys are gonna win the fight. And just focus down everyone on point. Or cart. Nice kill on Zarya. And what you can do now, shoot your D.Va bomb straight up into the air, and anyone around point, they're gonna have to hide. And it's a pretty good bomb location here. Okay, you already do it. Nice. Good job. So this was a pretty good D.Va play. And keep in mind, she's also 8 years old, so 8 years old only. So I like the D.Va bombs. I like the aggression. I like that you fall back, you know when to fall back, etc. But a few things you can work on is try to try to look around basically where you, if you get shot from behind basically, if you see the red stuff on the bottom here, or maybe you see red stuff above you, but you don't see an enemy in front of you, it means they are further up, or maybe they are somewhere else, etc. But try to look around so you don't end up using Matrix on nothing, because then, yeah, in case they're in the window like Hanzo was, he's gonna hide if you see him, and then maybe you can go and kill him, etc. It's pretty small though. You're gonna get used to it with time. However, the more bigger thing you can work on is whenever shields are broken, or whenever you're poking the enemies, try to think about, am I standing around at a corner, or am I standing between corners? And I'll use something like as an example here. A second. So let's use this picture. So ignore everything on the top right here. This is just an example anyways. So assume that there's enemies here. Enemies are gonna walk in. And they're about to walk in, but maybe there's one enemy behind this wall. Oops, I forgot to draw body. And this enemy, it's extra angry. And you don't want to go close to that enemy, but if you still want to shoot the first guy here, the position you have right now allows you to shoot him because of the line of sight here. Oh, let's make it like this actually. This enemy, well, so you want to avoid the angry enemy basically, but you want to shoot the not angry. He can only see like this. So if anyone stands within this like blue box, he can see them. And let's say that they are moving forward and they can start seeing you right now. What you can do is move to the left as they're walking in. So it's basically like if they walk forward, you walk more to the left, and you keep blocking the line of sight so that the bad guy can't see you. But if you want to go for him, obviously you just go back to the right so you can see him. But yeah, this is the primary way of avoiding damage in Overwatch. It's by using the buildings as cover basically. And I usually advise to use corners, because corners are like the building blocks sort of the maps. The maps in pretty much all maps in Overwatch are designed around corners. This is where safety is basically, or where you can be safe. And let's see here. There's corners everywhere if you think about it. Pretty much all doorways, etc. And that's what you have to focus on primarily. And other than that, it's try to avoid as much damage, but without try to still do damage, of course. You wanna make it harder for the enemies to see you, shoot you. Your robot suit, that's the most important part to keep. If you lose it, it's very difficult to do much as Baby D.Va. What else? I think that's it for now. That's a really good start, because it's gonna take a little bit of time to improve on the positioning, but this is gonna help you a lot. Like, this is gonna bring you higher up in gameplay very quickly. as well. And once you've mastered, well, not mastered, but once you get more comfortable with the positioning, you can work on, let's see, what can you work on? It's very hard to say because this like positioning is linked together with like most decision making. For example, the Hanzo here, he might feel threatened because of his positioning. There might be 4 enemies right here. And because he sees 4 enemies, he might use abilities that he could save. And yeah, I hope you understand what I mean, sort of. Let me know how it goes with D.Va. Feel free to send me more VODs. And great gameplay. Great gameplay. Keep doing what you're doing. Work some more on positioning. And it's gonna go great for you. Thank you so much for the VOD.